Morning, kids. My name is Chris Cockrell. I'm a detective with the Batesburg Leesville Police Department, and I'm going to read you a book today called The Berenstain Bears Forget Their Manners. All right. There was trouble in the big tree house down a sunny dirt road deep in bear country. Trouble with manners. The bear family's trouble with manners was they forgot them. There's the big tree house. Mama bear in the window there. And Papa bear with Sister bear and Brother bear. Mm-hmm. At first, it was just an occasional please and thank you that was forgotten. Then it was a rude push without an excuse me. Then a reach across the table instead of saying, please pass the broccoli. Mama Bear wasn't quite sure how or why it was happening, but she was sure of one thing. Whatever the reason, the Bear family had become a pushing, shoving, name-calling, ill-mannered mess. At the table, it was even worse. They were grabbing, mouth-stuffing, food-fighting, kicking under the table, super mess. Of course, Mama Bear tried to correct Brother Bear and Sister Bear's behavior. She tried coaxing. She tried complaining. She tried shouting. She tried going to Papa Bear for help, though it seemed to Mama Bear that he was part of the problem. Papa Bear banged on the table and shouted as only he could shout. But nothing really seemed to do any good. Mama didn't like what was happening to her family, not one bit. Something had to be done. But what? The best way to fight bad habits, she thought, was with good habits. Then she thought of a plan. She got a big piece of cardboard and a marker. At the top of the cardboard, she wrote, "The Bear Family Politeness Plan." When the plan was finished, she called the family in for a meeting and showed Papa and the cubs the new plan. Here it was. It certainly got the Bear family's attention. Mama Bear's plan had a list of all the rude things she wanted to stop. Beside each one of them was a penalty. A job of chores went along with each one of them. If you forgot a please or a thank you, you had to sweep the front steps. If you pushed or shoved, you had to beat 2 rugs. If you got caught name calling, you had to clean the whole cellar. But Mom, sputtered the cubs, you're not being fair. It seems to me, said Mama Bear, that you're the ones that are not being fair to yourselves or anyone else. That's what manners are all about, being fair and considerate. Manners are very important. They help us get along with each other. Why, without manners, you're absolutely right, Mama Bear, interrupted Papa Bear. Thank you, Papa Bear, said Mama Bear, for your comment. But interrupting is number 3 on the rude list. And the penalty is dusting the downstairs, Mom said, and handed him the feather duster. So Papa Bear's the first one to get in trouble. said Brother Bear. This looks serious. I think we better come up with our own plan, our own way of going about this, or we're going to be doing a whole lot of extra chores. What sort of plan? Said Sister Bear. Well, he said, instead of just being polite, we'll be super polite. We'll please and thank you so much that Mama Bear will get fed up and call the whole thing off. Yeah, said Sister Bear. We'll be so polite she won't be able to stand it. See, I'm coming up with their plan right there. They put their plan in action. They were super polite on the stairs. After you, Sister Bear. Thank you, Brother Bear. In the hall. Excuse me, brother dear. Why, certainly, dear sister. Waiting for the bathroom. Terribly sorry to keep you waiting. Think nothing of it, my dear. But it didn't work the way they expected it would. Mama didn't get fed up at all. And after a while, Brother and Sister Bear forgot about being super polite and were just polite. At the table. Pass the honey, please. Certainly. In their room. Would you like me to help you pick up those toys? Thank you very much. In the yard. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. That's all right. No harm done. And it turns out Mama Bear had been right. Things do go more smoothly when you're polite. Once they got into the good manners habit, they didn't even think twice about it. But it wasn't so easy for Papa Bear. He was one who got fed up. It's a little harder to change habits when you're older. And he had it to do quite a few extra chores for forgetting his manners. I'm glad to get out of that house and away from the politeness plan, he said as he drove the family along the highway on a trip to the supermarket. Manners and courtesy are just as important away from the house, especially on the road, said Mama Bear, as they stopped at a stop sign to let pedestrians and other cars pass. They help us drive safe. Well, grumbled Papa Bear, as they all went into the busy supermarket, I think you can be too polite sometimes. You've got to have common sense along with manners. Why, if you let everyone go ahead of you in the checkout, you'll be here forever. And sometimes you have to interrupt. Excuse me, madam. He interrupted a shopper. But I believe you have a leaking bottle in your cart. The shopper thanked him for his help. You see, said Papa Bear, driving home, there's more to life than remembering your manners. Besides, manners are all right for cubs and mama bears. But for Papa Bears have more important things to think about. At that moment, the car in front stopped suddenly and Papa Bear bumped into it. Boom! Why, that pin-headed, feeble-minded, he snarled. Name-calling, reminded Sister Bear. And bumped the car in front of him. The penalty for calling names was cleaning the whole cellar floor. So Papa gritted his teeth and remembered his manners. And a good thing, too, because climbing out of the car was the biggest, angriest bear he had ever seen. But when the angry bear saw how polite Papa Bear was, he remembered his manners too. He explained that he stopped short suddenly because a mama duck and her ducklings was crossing in front of him. Then he and Papa Bear looked at the cars, and there wasn't even a mark on the bumpers. Papa Bear said, as I was saying, it's very important for us to remember our manners all the time. And I want to thank you, Sister Bear, for reminding me of mine. You're very welcome, Papa Bear. All right. That's all. Y'all have a good day now.